Today, I am sharing with you my new pedicure series, my Coffee Indulgence pedicure collection. This is a new line of different pedicures that I'm going to be introducing to my customers for this fall and this winter. And you guys love my pedicure content, so I figured I'm going to share the deluxe pedicure tutorial with you today. But I also wanted to talk to you about the benefits of coffee and the new inclusions of steam infusion that I've incorporated into these new lines of pedicures. So let's get into all of that and the tutorial right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what's up? Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos every single week. If this is the first video of mine that you are catching on YouTube, then my name is Keisha. I'm a licensed nail technician. I currently run my own nail business. I've been doing nails for over 25 years. I'm a New York State licensed educator in the nail technology program, and I'm a content creator on YouTube, social media, all that stuff. So if you like nail content, you want tips, tricks, tutorials, business advice, and all that stuff, you are in the right place. So make sure that you're locked in every single week when I post that type of content. So this fall and winter, I decided to start a new pedicure series. If you've seen the last pedicure video that I did for my deluxe spa pedicures, I had bought some stuff in bulk at the beauty supply store. So I basically had to run that stuff out. So I was doing that pedicure line for basically all spring and then in the summer. And I wanted to do something a bit different. I always speak to you guys about switching out your pedicures, and I usually keep my basic and my dry, and then I usually just switch out for a spa and a deluxe, and I'll do little cutesy different things. So this time I wanted to just buy certain products and just change every pedicure across the board using the same ingredients. This was also an opportunity for me to, I think I boosted the price just a little smidget. I boosted the price. Also, I speak to you guys about giving people more bang for their buck when it comes to certain services if you choose to increase your prices. So I knew I was going to increase my prices just a little bit. So I wanted to do more and incorporate more. I wanted to get more use out of the product. So I decided to just go with this new pedicure series. So this is called the Coffee Indulgence Pedicure Collection. I got inspired. If you know me, I am a coffee person. I'm a whole barista in a whole nother life, but that's neither here nor there. So I got inspired by that. But not only that, I wanted to just talk to you about why I chose this pedicure in particular. So coffee, if you don't know, has so many antioxidants that are super good and beneficial for your skin. They use it a lot when it comes to actual facials. That in combination with like jojoba oils, essential oils, all these other things are really, really beneficial for the skin. It's super hydrating. It improves circulation. It reduces puffiness and swelling. It exfoliates and leaves the skin very smooth. It's just a really, really good ingredient to incorporate. And I've always wanted to do something with coffee. So I thought, let me see what products I can find that's going to stick with that coffee theme. And then I also wanted to include steam infusion. So you see I have some stuff right here. I'll talk to you in a minute about that. Steam infusion now is something that I see online. You see people blowing steam and stuff on people's pedicures, and you're like, okay, it's cute. Is it just for show, or does it do anything? So steam does wonders. And if you've ever gotten a facial, you notice that after they cleanse, they kind of steam your face and then they exfoliate. What the steam does is it softens the skin and it opens up the pores. So if somebody has dry legs, dry feet, or anything like that, it's going to open up those pores so that after they've been soaking and you do that exfoliating, it's really, really, really going to cleanse the skin and really get deep down into those pores. So steam not only looks pretty, but it actually has a lot of benefits as well. So again, with the two new inclusions of the coffee and the steam, I wanted to just make sure I'm including that in different variations of the pedicures. So the pedicure that I'm going to demo for you today is going to be the Deluxe, which is the hot stone. So that is something else that I wanted to incorporate. I tried to figure out what haven't I done before? I tried hot stone before I did my room over, where I had a different pedicure situation, and it didn't really work because if you've seen any of my old videos, my seat that I used to have, I couldn't really keep people's feet up, and that's how you kind of have to massage with the hot stones. So that didn't really work, and I ended up sending them back. So I've always been looking for opportunity to introduce the hot stones again. So I wanted to do that for this one. So I wanted to just show you, this is my little menu that I've created. I'll try to put it up on the screen right next to me so you can take a look at that. I thought it would be even more cutesy to come up with cutesy little names for all these pedicures. So I have my cold brew bliss. This is going to be the waterless dry pedicure. So this includes the sloughing callus removal cream. This is a cream. I've used this before in my dry pedicures. If you never used this is amazing. After you do all your pedicure stuff, you put this on. It goes on like lotion, and you'll notice it gets rougher and rougher and rougher, and you'll just literally see the dead skin float off and just fly off. It's totally disgusting, but super beneficial, and it works amazingly. And then I have the coffee body oil and cream. So this is something that's going to be in all the pedicures. This is the OGX brand coffee coconut. It was a little difficult to find coffee in a lot of stuff. I mean, I found a good variety, but it was like picking the right things that stick with the theme, but actually are beneficial. And I love this brand. I've used them a lot as a body wash. So this smells amazing, coffee coconut. So I use this body cream as well. And you get paraffin treatment. So this time around, I wanted to, again, I raised that price just a little bit. So I had to make it different from the basic, but still give people, you know, a good pedicure. So I decided this time around I'm going to include paraffin into the dry pedicure. Then the next I have is the daily grind. So this is going to be the basic hydration pedicure, and this includes the steam infusion. So everything else above the dry is going to include steam infusion. This is a mini facial steamer. You'll see how this works when I do the demo. I do love it. Now that I've done the pedicure a few times, the only downfall to this is I wish it was a little bit longer. I'm going to leave all the products on my Amazon storefront underneath a new playlist if you're interested in any of this. And I'm going to leave the other one that I should have bought, and then I'm going to leave this one as well. This is about $10 cheaper. I wish it was a little bit longer because in my situation, I do have to tilt their feet a little bit so that the steam really gets both of their calves. Whereas the other one, I think it'll go longer and it would blow. It might have a different proximity of steam that it would blow to. But this is very simple. It does wonders. It heats up really quickly. Right around the time that I'm scrubbing the bottom of the second foot, I'll turn this on, hit these two buttons, tells you exactly where to fill it up at, and it blows steam. I like that it does, you can control the steam amount with this little knob right here, and the steam comes out here, and you see this just turns and rotates, so I can actually just move it. This does not turn itself, it just stays in place, but this does turn, so I'm able to just do that. So that is included in the basic as well as the coffee infused sugar scrub. So this I got, and guys, don't be fooled when it says facial scrub. Skin is skin, it's still going to do the job. This is a coffee scrub infused with oil. I can show you the consistency of it. It's a little used. You'll see it in the pedicure as well. I love it, and it's actually, it really has coffee grounds. It doesn't smell like coffee. Just make sure when you're buying out products for certain things, especially something, people that don't like coffee. They don't want to smell it. So it has to be, it can't just be coffee. It has to be coffee and some type of oil. I already knew that going in. It has to be kind of camouflage, because coffee, to some people, it's an acquired taste, an acquired smell. Some people don't like it. So having an essential oil or another type of oil mixed in it, one, it's not going to be too rough, because coffee grinds just on the skin. While they are beneficial, it can be a little intense for some people. The oil is going to help give it some type of glide and smoothness as you are exfoliating them. So this is the scrub that I chose to go with. There was another option. I'm going to leave my option A and my option B all in the playlist, and you guys can decide whatever you want to do. I went with this one. I do like this for the price. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but this is the scrub for that. Then I have the coffee and body oil cream. So we went over that again, and that is going to be in the daily grind pedicure. So there is no paraffin in this because we swapped out paraffin for getting scrubbed. That's how I balance that out. Then we have the Brew and Renew. So this is going to be the signature spa pedicure. This again has the steam infusion, the scrub. It has a infused leg coffee mask. So we have this. This was another brand. I think they had a scrub too that I was interested in. This brand called I'm Coffee. This is a gel to cream smoothing scrub mask. So it looks like jelly, if you can see the consistency of it, but it goes on. Once it goes on, it starts to turn into cream. So I put this on the leg. You'll see this in the demo as well. And it's really, really, really nice. I do like this. And you know, for my spa, and then we start to exfoliate the calf and the foot as well, not just the foot. Just the foot is for the basic. So I actually like this. I like the consistency of it. The gel to cream is very interesting as it switches. Then we have the body oil cream. Then we have the oil and body cream. So for the oil, instead of doing a spray oil, I decided I wanted to try something a little bit different. So we're creating a whole vibe right now. So this is a massage candle. I thought this would be good for the hot stone as well. This is coffee vodka. It has a nice smell. It doesn't smell like vodka. It doesn't smell, I don't know. I get hints of coffee, I guess, because I'm a coffee person, and something else. So that might be the vodka. I don't know. What it is I like this candle in the beginning of the pedicure. I'm doing everything, and you see it has a little spout on the end. It's a little used as well. And you literally pour right into your hands, and it works wonders. It's very nice because it's a massage candle. It's not too waxy. It's not too cakey. It doesn't clog up the pores. I really, really, really like this. So you get this as well. Again, this is a coffee and vodka. And then the paraffin treatment, that's the spa. Then lastly, we have the Espresso Escape. That is what I will be demoing for you in a few moments. And that one includes the steam infusion, the scrub, the leg mask, lotion, oil, and the hot stones that's infused. So I want to show you how these work. This was the hot stones that I went with. When buying hot stones, if you ever want to include this in your pedicure, this is what someone should have told me last time I bought them. Make sure that your stones are of a certain shape. You're going to notice if you just type hot stones into your Amazon storefront, they have ones that come with a warmer. If you don't have a towel warmer, or you guys know I use like a crock pot, whatever, you don't have anything that's going to warm, you need to get a warmer, because obviously hot stones need to be warm. That's just the whole thing of it. If you do have something like that, you just need hot stones, and you'll be fine to just buy the stones. Make sure that your stones are flat. The last ones I bought, they were cheaper. I think it was Conair. It came with a warmer though, but it was cheaper, and they were literally like little rocks. I feel like my poor mom, I used her as like a demo. That's when she's the only person that got it, because I was like, let me see how I like this. And when we did it, it just did not work out. I super violated her calf. It was just so aggressive and rough. And I realized, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I got to dig a little bit more into researching about the different types of stones. So in my research, and after getting a hot stone massage, to just see how they incorporate it as a massage therapist, I wanted to get a massage with it to see how they kind of work with it. You want to make sure you get something that's of a decent size. You want to make sure that they're flat. So you'll see how I use these, and I will talk you through how to kind of make sure you're not doing too much with these, because you can hurt somebody with these. You want to just be careful of certain muscles, joints, bones of the foot and the leg as you are massaging. I do put these in the crock pot in the beginning. I know someone's coming, and part of my setup, I throw this in. You do need to let it cool down. Again, I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about how to incorporate that. If it's too hot for you to touch, it's way too hot for you to massage. You wouldn't even be able to, because they get extremely hot. So you just want to be mindful of that. And it is something that, as quick as it, as hot as it gets, it does cool down pretty quickly. So I use 4 in a pedicure. So I'll have these 2, let them take all 4 out, let those 2 cool down, let these cool down a little bit, do the massage, they cool down, and then I'll use the other 2 after they cool down for the other leg. So I'll show you that in a minute. So that is my Espresso Escape, and that is my Deluxe Pedicure. Again, I'm going to have all this stuff on my Amazon storefront. I'll add it underneath Coffee Indulgent Pedicure Collection. So now let's get into this tutorial of the Espresso Escape. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. So if you wanted me to do another tutorial, so again, this pedicure series has several pedicures. I just wanted to touch on the hot stone pedicure because that's something that I never have done before, and I thought it would be interesting for you guys to see. If you want to see how I incorporate all these products into the dry pedicure, the basic pedicure, the spa pedicure as well, if you want a tutorial on any one of those other pedicures, please leave me a comment below and I will do that for you while I am still offering these pedicures. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.